The pass to Mims, can you talk about that? And also the last two plays, it looked like some RPO stuff you were trying to do at the end there.
Right, yeah. I mean, we had a couple RPO things, mainly in the beginning. A lot of those other ones were some quick passes. That one with Mims, though, thinking I was getting man coverage there, which we ended up, getting. They were starting to play with Garrett a little bit, try and send the other safety over there. So, when it comes down to crunch time, who's your big body guy that's going to get separation and come down with the play? And, great separation by him and then pulling it in. Huge play by him to show up in crunch time.
Why have you been so successful in the fourth quarters, particularly coming from behind?
Yeah, I think just getting comfortable and seeing, what's going on and just going with the flow of the game.
How much of a focus was it for you to get the ball in your hands quick?
Yeah, you guys could see this pass rush was coming, and guys were doing a great job anchoring and holding up, but there's some good players on that defense, and so big focus, obviously, to get the ball out of my hands.
What's going through your mind, Zach, when your offensive line and your running backs are imposing their will on the Bills' defense on that drive?
Yeah, you play with what's going, and there was a couple of them where we maybe had some options to throw it there, but when I see how well the run game's going, I'm just going to keep feeding them until something changes, and I think we were able to go all the way down the field until we had that one with Mims there at the end. So relying on those guys, you could see the momentum. You could see the guys up front. They wanted it. They wanted to keep running the ball. You could see the big guys up front were getting after it.
Can you speak to your connection with Garrett? It seems like each week you got you guys, and the chemistry is growing.
Yeah, we have some funky plays that end up working out in games, and I think that's cool to have that chemistry. And it's going to keep growing because there's some looks that we can still improve on, and I'm going to keep trying to figure it out with him and and everybody else, of course. But he did a great job showing up today. Had some great catches.
Very few people gave you guys a chance to win this game. You should describe what the mood is like in the locker room there now.
Right. I mean, it shows. We obviously don't care what anybody else says, right? We expected to win this game as a team. Of course, we understand this is a good team. We understand what they're all about, but we understand what we're about as well. So the mindset is, that we should be able to go in there and compete, and we knew it was going to be close. Of course, we got to be able to finish in crunch time, and I think we did that.
Your touchdown pass to James Robinson. Talk about that play.
Yeah, huge play. I mean, first you got to give credit to LaFleur right there. What a great call. We hit him with a screen. We had a little, fake off to the left or whatever it was, but then getting it to James, no one out there. O-line did a great job releasing, and then he finished it.
What were some of the things you wanted to work on last week after last week's game that seemed successful today?
Right, for me, quiet the noise, one play at a time. Going through my progressions, getting the ball out of my hands, hanging in the pocket, all the things a quarterback's got to do. Just playing the position the right way.
What were you thinking during that Skycam delay?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Did it like you guys were driving at that point? Did it affect you guys at all?
No, I didn't think so at all. I can't remember what even happened after that, but it was a weird, halftime delay kind of thing. But move on, go to the next play.
What happens when the D lineman fell on you? Was it your right knee again?
No, it was actually just the ankle that I tweaked all the way back in the Steelers game. And it's fine, but it's one of those things that kind of just get shocked in the moment. And I'm laying there, and the trainer's like, take a second. I'm like, I know I'm good, but I just need a second to let it calm down. So it's not a big deal. I'm healthy. I'm good. They're able to tape it up for me, and I'm good.
A couple more. Zach, with those last 8 minutes, is that the blueprint for this team's success?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we did the whole game kind of led up to that point, and I think it just always comes down to what we've shown this year of just not giving up, everyone leaning on each other, relying on each other, playing good ball, and just doing right longer.
10 months ago, the last game of the year up there, you guys had 50 yards total offense. And it was pretty clear they were a miserable game. It was pretty clear they were a much better team than you at that point. Do you feel like you guys have drastically improved?
Yeah, I mean, you also look at what we were kind of going through at that time too. There's a lot of guys on this team now that weren't on the team then, and so we're developing, we're growing, we're getting better, and then we had a lot of young guys playing in that game as well. So we were able to take another step forward. The weather conditions sucked also, so it was a grinder. But to come in here and see what we can do on offense, I thought that was really cool.
How much do you think you guys grew up today as a team?
Right. I mean, I think it's just the execution of not messing it up. And you see, the entire game, it was playing the field position game, putting ourselves in good positions, and relying on our defense to get some stops. And, I think that helped us. I think we're learning from all this stuff.
Zach, I think there were a lot of people outside this building that didn't give you guys a lot of credit, whether it was, they played backup quarterbacks, or, it was the miracle in Cleveland. Do you think that this was a statement to the rest of the league that you guys are legit?
Yeah, I mean, we don't look at it that way. I mean, nobody, no one in our locker room sitting there saying, you know what, we only won that game because of backup quarterback. A win's a win, and they're hard to come by in this league, and we know the confidence that we have, and I think the greatest part is nobody in that locker room cares what anybody says outside of here. If anybody mattered outside of here, they'd be coaches or they'd be players, you know what I mean? So nobody cares. Everyone is relying on each other. We're locked in, and everyone's just working on getting better and improving.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Room is open.